Hi everyone, this is Payal here. I hope you all are having a fabulous week. Today I'm here to talk about a topic that may not be in your purview today, but will definitely be in the years to come. So let's cut to the chase. One of UN's 2023 resolution is to make sure us and our generations to come have an access to a clean, healthy and sustainable environment. What does that mean? It means decreasing the use of fossil fuels and increasing the use of renewable energy. It also means decarbonizing the industries that have the highest impact on our environment. So let's break it down. What are fossil fuels? It's the energy source that you need for your everyday lives. Coal, you need it for electricity. Natural gas, you need it for cooking. Oil, you need it for commute. We cannot even imagine a life without it, right? 84% of the world's energy need is fed by fossil fuels today. But guess what? Our world is expanding. Our population is increasing. But on the vice versa, our fossil fuels are not. In fact, they are depleting at a higher rate than we ever estimated. If we continue to use fossil fuels at the rate at which we are today, they will be depleted by 2060. And that's 30 years from now. We will probably be there to see it. Our generations will for sure. Think about it. Today we look at interiors where there's no electricity and we laugh about it. Or we crib. We blame the government. Right? We blame corruption. But that could happen to our cities. And the government and corruption will have no say in it. It's our deed which has caused this. So what do you do? Well, of course, like we've been taught from school, use electricity in the right way. Switch off the fans and lights. Use water in the right way, of course. That is a necessity and it's a mandate today. But what else can you do? As working professionals, you can do a lot. I'm sure a lot of you watching today's video are working professionals or aspire to be in the coming years. You too can play a role in making sure that you have access to a sustainable energy. How? Let's talk about data centers. I'm sure you're familiar with the with data centers in your offices. Majority of our offices have that. It's the servers that are locked up in the room. You do not have access. You're not supposed to be there. You're not supposed to enter that room. It's very secretive. What is it? It's just servers that contain all the data that we are generating as employees, as members on an every second, everyday basis. It's all stored up there, right? But did you know that the data centers that I was just talking about account for 2.5 to 3.7% carbon emissions every year? And the data centers are growing just like our population. There are 500,000 data center facilities today in the world. That's a huge number. And guess what? A data center uses 200 terawatt hour annually. What is a terawatt hour? It's a unit of energy that equals to 1 trillion watts for 1 hour. Multiply it with 200, that's a crazy number and it's a lot. Imagine the amount of electricity that these data centers are using and hosted in possibly every office around the world. So what can we do? What can offices do? What can you as employees do? There's a silver lining and it's up in the cloud. As per Google research, hosting commonly held software applications in data centers in the cloud can reduce carbon emissions by up to 87%. For example, Microsoft Azure has a 72 to 98% more carbon efficiency than traditional data centers. AWS has an 88% lower carbon footprint. Look at the impact. You're just cutting it down by over 60 to 70%. So, as employees, what can you do? You must be thinking, why am I concerned? What can I do? The CTO must have made this call. I don't have a role to play. Yes, you do. You, your colleagues, your friends, all of us together have a role to play. Imagine if in a company, if we all go and talk about this with our management. Talk about the impact that they are creating by hosting data centers. Talk about the advantages of moving data, everyday used applications up in the cloud. It is going to create a movement, guys. And it's high time that we do that. Let me tell you, it's not that your businesses are not thinking about it. They are. According to a survey by Gartner in 2019, just 10% of decision makers said that they want to close down their traditional data centers. That number is forecasted to grow to 85% by 2025. That's just 2 years down the line. And a cloud project, if you want to reach the 85% majority number, it has to start today. It has to start by you having the right conversations with your management. So as individuals, as good citizens of the world, as people who are looking out for their next generations, it's our responsibility to talk about this. Please do not take this lightly. Do not think about it as someone else will do my job. Why should my concern? You are. So let's try and decarbonize our workplaces. Let's make use of the cloud. It's a phenomenal technology. That's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope I've been able to make a small difference in your minds. All the best.